What is going on, everybody? It is Huggernaut here. I have some exciting news for you guys. We are going to be looking at Chromie today. I'm sure if you guys love Heroes of the Storm just as much as I do, you've already seen some information out on this new hero coming relatively soon here. I believe it's coming out to this coming Tuesday. But today I wanted to focus on a possible build for her. We are going to be focusing on her Sandblast. It's her Q. Has a fairly short cooldown, a fairly long range from the get-go. So we'll go ahead here and we'll just turn the minions on, let them kind of do their thing. If this is your first look at Chromie, well, we'll go over her abilities real quick. So Q is Sandblast. It's going to have a delay, as you can see, has that cast, but does quite a bit of damage, and it's very long range. It will ignore minions, it will ignore buildings, so you can't really siege with it at all. They kind of took that away. I guess they didn't want another Li Ming incident to happen. So as you can see there, went straight through the minions. Her W ability is called Dragon's Breath. Basically, let's see here, you'll see a dragon goes up and a dragon comes down. Now it is notable that when we cast this W, the enemy team cannot see where we're casting it at. They will see the little animation for the dragon, so they'll see this, but they don't know where we're casting it at on them. So it's really just a blind, I guess, hope and guess for them, because they don't really know where we're going with it. Her E is called Time Trap. Let's see, let's go throw this. Maybe we can catch Arthas real quick. Let's throw it up over there. It does have a little bit of time before it's active, but as you can see, if you do capture somebody in it, they basically go into stasis for, how long was it? 2 seconds. So, I mean, if you can get the timing down, which I have not yet, you can obviously put somebody in stasis. Let's see if we can get it. And once they're in stasis, we should be able to cast all of our abilities here and be able to really time everything nice for a pretty hard-hitting combo. Her trait basically allows us to get our talents one level ahead of everybody else. So we will get to be able to pick our talents, get our ultimate before everybody. Instead of 10, we'll get it at 9 and so forth. But anyways, now that we've covered all that, guys, let's get back to it. So the Q build, Sandblast build, let's do it. So at level 1, obviously, we are going to take this. It's basically a little quest for our Q ability. It's basically, let's see, after hitting 25 heroes with Sandblast, increase the damage by 100. So we're going to be hitting heroes all throughout the game with this, and once we hit 25 of them, it's just going to increase our overall damage, which we like. So we'll go ahead and take that, and I'll try to hit Arthas as much as I can throughout this, so, you know, we can see if we can get that talent going. But at level 3, we're going to go for Piercing Sand. So this will allow us to basically hit 2 heroes. So now all of a sudden we're doing our quest even faster. Obviously, you know, not now because we're in test, but if we weren't in the testing area, we would have the possibility of hitting multiple heroes, which would allow us to get our quest done quite a bit quicker. Hypothetically, it's 2 times as fast. At level 6, we have the option of reduced Dragon Breath's mana cost and cooldown by 50%. And it also gets its damage reduced. Or we can do Dragon Breath does 25% more damage to people who are in the center of it. And then we also have the Time Trap. I wouldn't really worry about Time Trap. Not really that big of a deal, in my opinion. What we can do, this is up to you. If you want to be able to spam out your W quite a bit more, then I would recommend taking, what is that, Mobius Loop. If you want just more damage altogether with it, I would take Dragon's Eye. Now, for the sake of this build, since we're already going to be spamming out our Q a ton, I feel like this might make it a bit too mana heavy, but you know, we're going to take it just so we can get it out even more. You'll see now that cooldown got significantly reduced. Let's see if we can lead Arthas. Nailed it. Ooh, and he turned back, and he's a goner. So we get a lot of range on that. To help us land all of our abilities, what we are going to take here at 9, as you can see here, is Slowing Sand. Now Slowing Sand, let's see, I'll give you an example. We can cast it like that, and it just will kind of suck our mana. Which apparently isn't enough right now to even bring it down. And we can just leave it there. As long as we have mana, we can just leave it there. It doesn't matter. The longer they stay in it, the more slow that they're going to basically have applied to them. I believe that's how it works. Let's see. No, I'm sorry. The longer this is active, the more it will slow them. So it's not based on how long they are inside of it. It's more based upon how long we have had it active. So if we've had it out there for 5 seconds, it's a 50% slow. Alright, at level 12 we have, I know everybody likes this one and it is very good. It's called Bye Bye. Basically allows you to get back over to the Hearthstone there quite a bit quicker. It's a great escape. For our build here, to focus on the Q, we're going to take Reaching Through Time. Basically what this is going to allow us to do is have even more range. So you can see right about here we can hit Arthas. Let's go ahead and take this. And now we have that much more. So now we can be way back here. And we can still hit him. And remember, we have the piercing, so that means we can hit possibly 2 heroes. Basically, it's going to allow us to sit back quite a bit more and just kind of keep us safe. Positioning with Chromie is key. Just throw something random out there. Almost got Arthas with that. So definitely being able to stay back a little bit is very useful. At 15, let's see, I really like this ability here. It's absolutely great. Only has a 30-second cooldown, guys, and it's going to increase our ability power by 25% for 10 seconds. Not 3 seconds, not 5 seconds, 10 seconds. And on top of that, it doesn't have any kind of mana increase to make us a little more mana hungry, which is spectacular. Absolutely spectacular. Now you will notice with her W2 there is quite a long delay. It's got a 1.5 seconds, and let's see, Sandblast is a full second, so a little bit less on Sandblast as far as that delay in cast time. So you do have to lead heroes. I mean, it's not the easiest of things to hit. You are going to have to be relatively good with skill shots. So if you don't think you can really handle that delay, I would not recommend playing this character. She's very difficult in that sense. See if we can actually get one out. Good grief. So you can kind of lay that down. He's slowed. Hit him with that if we could. Well, not really, but you know. I am fairly new to the hero myself, so be easy on me with these skill shots. Like I said, guys, they are not the easiest thing in the world to hit. But anyways, back to our build. So at 15, we have a couple different options. The ones that are specific to the shifting sand, basically when we hit it, an enemy with our Sandblast, it increases our ability power by 10% for the next 10 seconds, and that bonus can be stacked up to 50%. So basically if we hit all our Sandblasts all the time, we can do a ton of damage. How likely is that with a second delay? It's up to you guys. I don't really think it is all that great. We have fast forward if Sandblast travels at least 75% of its base distance and hits a hero. Cooldown's reduced by 1 second. Well, I mean, the cooldown's only 3 seconds. That's not really that big of a deal if you ask me. So I'm going to go ahead and take Quantum Overdrive, and we will kind of test out how much more damage we can do with it. But at level 19, we have Pockets of Time. Remove slowing sand, mana cost, and increase the slow from 50 to 70%. So no more will this cost us any kind of mana, and instead of 50%, we'll get up to a 70% slow. Not bad. Not bad at all. But for us, since we are going for a Q build, I think our best choice here is Past and Future Me. Really cool talent, guys. I absolutely love this. I will show you here in a second. After casting Sandblast, we leave an echo of ourselves behind. The next time we cast Sandblast, that echo will also cast an untalented Sandblast that does 50% damage. So let's go ahead and pick this up. Let's go ahead and see what happens. So we cast it. Here is our echo of ourselves. And then now we cast it again. And we keep leaving echoes wherever we're at. So it'll keep spawning them in. Kind of reminiscent if you guys have played like the newer Gazlo style with his turrets. It's feels very similar to that to me. Whereas he could siege with all his turrets. They'll all do like the death laser. feels very similar to that. But I mean, in team fights, when you're in the back and you're just laying down these sandblasts non-stop, it does an absolute ton of damage. Let's see if we can set things up, and we'll give an example with Quantum Overdrive, guys, and we'll see how that works out for us damage-wise. So right now we're doing 989. Let's go ahead and hit this. And I totally missed. Let's see if we can get one off before this goes out. And that was 1237. So instead of, you know, almost doing 1,000, now we're doing 12.5. You know, 1.25k. So quite a bit more damage, and that will apply to our W too. So let's see if we can get an example off. 753. And we'll test that out here again once our... I guess I could just take cooldowns off, but what's the fun in that? Let's see if we can hit it. We did. So doing over 1,000. So quite a bit more damage. I mean, as you guys can see there, just a combo alone merely kills the Arthas bot, and he's a tank. So figure you hit any kind of assassin with this, they're gone. That's one burst out of the picture. Goodbye. So that's what I would recommend as far as the Q build is concerned. I think it's really effective, does a lot of damage, and it kind of helps you keep your distance as well.
That was rather entertaining.
And if you ask me, as far as Chromie is concerned, the further back you can stay, the better off you are. Because as you can see, we're at level 22, not even at 3k health. Let's go back to 20 and see what she has.
Choose a talent. Choose a talent.
So at 20, you get a little over 2,500 health, guys. Oh man, that's less than what Tracer has. So Chromie is going to be very susceptible to dive assassins, I would say. Any kind of dive heroes, really. We might even get to see Kerrigan come back in the meta to counter a Chromie here. Tracer will be great against Chromie. Who else do we got? Butcher. Just Nova. Oh, everybody, you guys know I fucking hate Nova. Fuck that bitch. We might have to wipe the dust off her though, because she's gonna probably be able to really burst Chromie down with ease, without even being contested. I don't really think that's gonna be an issue at all. But anyways, guys, let's go over it one more time here for the Q build. At level 1, we would go ahead and take compounding, however the fuck you pronounce that, to add 100 damage to our overall Q damage. At 3, we would take piercing sand so we can hit more enemy heroes with our Q. At 6, up to you guys. I kind of like taking this. It does make us a little more mana hungry, but it does allow us to get our W out more for combos. Otherwise, I would suggest taking Dragon's Eye just for better overall damage from your W. Not a bad decision at all. At 9, I mean, you could go for Temporal Loop. I think for this build particularly, slowing sands would be more appropriate. I mean, it would all really depend too on what map you're taking. If you got a lot of choke points, slowing sands would be amazing. If not, you know, maybe Temporal Loop just to kind of single out enemy heroes would be better for your combo. Up to you guys what you like better and what the situation calls for. At level 12, I'm going to go for Reaching Through Time. I think this will greatly help you guys stay alive a little bit better. It's going to allow you to hit your shots from a safer distance. And it'll also help you be able to lead your targets a little bit more when they're running away, and give you a better chance of kind of hitting them and finishing them off. At 15, the only choice, I mean, this is awesome. She already does a lot of damage from afar, guys, but man, you add in Quantum Overdrive that has no bad side to it. It doesn't take any of our mana away. All it does is give us 10 seconds to do just 25% more damage. How could you not want that? That's absolutely amazing. And at level 19, we'll take Past and Future Me. Why? Because if we're going to be throwing out the Sandblast, we might as well throw out double the Sandblast, right? Like, why not? Sounds like a good idea. And as you can see there, goodbye Arthas, you're gone. So that's what I would recommend for the Q build, guys. Feel free to give it a try. I encourage you to try it. Try Chromie, see if you like her. If you guys have any suggestions, leave it in the comment section below. And as always, guys, if you want to see some more Heroes of the Storm content, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, because I'll be putting plenty of it out. And thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.